She discovered that cancer loves. And we need to know what cancer loves so we can stop it. We also need to know what cancer hates, because we want to give it, is that right?
In today's video, we're going to talk about 4 powerful probiotic foods that do more than just support digestion. They can help destroy cancer cells and restore gut health. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes these foods can repair the gut lining, balance microbiota, and activate the body's defenses against disease. If you've been neglecting your gut, these natural probiotic powerhouses could be the key to a stronger, healthier you. These probiotic-rich foods not only promote digestive health, but they may also help fight cancer, inflammation, and support the body's natural ability to heal. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support truly means everything to us. It helps us keep creating valuable health content just for you. Disclaimer: miso.
Another cultured food is miso. We love miso, and Japanese are known for their miso soup, and that gives a great boost to your natural flora. Miso has been used for centuries in Japan, and it gives a lovely flavouring to many dishes. I always mix it with a little water to make it smooth and put it into my dish at the end. In fact, I use miso instead of soy sauce because there's a lot of question marks about soy sauce today, the excitotoxins that are in them. I have a friend who grew up in Japan, and she had a neighbour that used to make soy sauce, and she used to roast the wheat and the barley, and so that got the dark colour, and salt it, and she said that soy sauce was delicious. You didn't have to put any other flavourings into your dish when you put that soy sauce in.
Barbara O'Neill often says that miso is one of the best foods for gut healing. Miso is a fermented soybean paste that's been used in Japanese cooking for centuries. It's loaded with live good bacteria, called probiotics, that help your body in powerful ways. According to Barbara O'Neill, when we eat probiotic-rich foods like miso, we support the healthy bacteria in our gut. These little microbes do a lot more than help digestion. They also protect the gut lining, boost our immune system, and keep harmful invaders in check. A healthy gut means your whole body can function better, from your brain to your skin to your immune system. Miso also contains genistein, a plant compound known as an isoflavone. Barbara explains that genistein can help block the growth of cancer cells, especially breast cancer cells. So when you eat miso, you're not just feeding your gut, you're fighting off dangerous cell growth too. It's like giving your body a shield, especially when miso is fermented longer. Miso that's been aged for about 6 months or more has even more powerful health benefits than fresh miso that's only been aged for a few days. In a study published in the Journal of Toxicologic Pathology, researchers looked at the effects of miso on radiation damage, cancer, and high blood pressure. They tested miso on lab animals by feeding them different kinds of miso that had been fermented for different lengths of time. Just a few days, 120 days, and 180 days. What they found was pretty amazing. The animals who ate miso that was fermented for 180 days had the best results. In one part of the study, scientists exposed the animals to high levels of radiation. Usually, this would cause serious damage to the digestive system. But in the group that ate long-fermented miso, the tiny structures in their intestines, called crypts, survived much better. This shows that miso helped protect their bodies from injury, especially when eaten before radiation exposure. In another part of the study, researchers gave the animals a chemical that causes colon cancer. Then they checked to see how miso affected the development of cancer in the colon. The group that ate 180-day fermented miso had fewer signs of early cancer growth, called aberrant crypt foci, than the other groups. That means the miso helped stop the cancer from forming in the first place. Even better, the study found that this type of miso didn't raise blood pressure, even though it has salt in it. The researchers were surprised because salt usually increases blood pressure, but somehow miso didn't. It's believed that the natural fermentation process creates unique compounds that change the way salt acts in the body. So how do you use miso in everyday life? The easiest way is in miso soup, Just dissolve a spoonful into warm water and add things like seaweed, tofu, or green onions. You can also stir miso into salad dressings, marinades, or even mix it into a sauce for veggies or grains. Just remember, never boil miso. High heat can kill the probiotics. Second, soy yogurt.
I'm not interested in, and I don't think anyone should be interested in what I think. It's what is. So that's why I like to give the reasons. And what I think is actually based on those reasons. Whereas unfortunately, many people just believe what the media says. And I don't want to shock you, but not everything that is said on the television is actually absolutely right, because unfortunately, often vested interests are behind it. But I thank God that He's given each one of us the ability to weigh up the pros and cons and determine for ourselves what is truth. It is our God-given right.
Soy yogurt.
Soy has been tampered with. And in America today, the soybean that's grown is called Roundup Ready. It's been genetically modified, so there's problem number one. Anything that's been genetically modified has the ability to tamper with our DNA. So genetically modified food shouldn't be touched. So it's been genetically modified, and one farmer told me this. He said to me, 5 times before harvest, the field is sprayed with Roundup or glyphosate. The soybean grown in America today has been genetically modified and it has 5 doses of Roundup. The farmer said to me, all the weeds die and the soybean keeps growing. That is a dangerous soybean. So when someone says, is soy bad? I say, which soy are you talking about? We should be eating the whole soil, not a soy isolate, and we should be eating non-GMO, organically grown soy. Then it is not a problem. A friend of mine did a thesis on soy, and people ask her all the time. She said, I answer with one sentence. She said, God made it good, man mucked it up.
Soy yogurt is a creamy, dairy-free yogurt made from soybeans, and it's full of live good bacteria called probiotics. These friendly bacteria work inside your gut to help you digest food better, support your immune system, and even help lower your risk of getting certain diseases, including cancer. Soy yogurt is extra special because it doesn't just stop at helping your gut. According to Barbara O'Neill, soy is rich in something called isoflavones. These are natural plant chemicals that act like gentle plant-based versions of hormones your body already makes. Isoflavones are known to help protect your cells, balance hormones, and may even reduce the chance of breast and prostate cancers. That's a big deal, especially when you're trying to keep your body healthy from the inside out. Barbara explains that your gut is kind of like the center of your health. When your gut is happy, your whole body is more balanced. But when it's not, problems like inflammation, poor digestion, and even a weak immune system can show up. Eating soy yogurt regularly helps restore balance in your gut by adding good bacteria and calming down inflammation. This makes it easier for your body to absorb nutrients and protect itself from things like harmful bacteria or even cancer cells.
A lot of people get confused because they say, isn't it high in phytic acid? And doesn't phytic acid inhibit the uptake of minerals in the body? Well, whole wheat has 10 times the phytic acid in it, and you do not hear of that. And there's research coming out today showing that phytic acid can even have anti-cancer properties. So it's all got to be taken in consideration. I also have people say to me, but it's high in anti-nutrients. I said, yes, that's if you eat a bucketful of soy a day. We're not eating bucketfuls of soy a day. And the same anti-nutrients that are in it, God put there to help resist bugs as it's growing in the soil. So again, all have it, but it is not a problem.
Soy yogurt also supports your immune system, which is your body's natural defense team. When your immune system is strong, it's better at spotting and stopping problems early. The healthier your gut and immune system are, the better your body is at cleaning itself, repairing damage, and staying strong against disease. In a journal study published in Nutrients, researchers looked at how eating yogurt, especially probiotic-rich types like soy yogurt, affects cancer risk. They pulled together data from 16 studies, which included over 20,000 people from different countries. When they looked at people who ate yogurt regularly versus those who didn't, they noticed that the yogurt eaters had a lower risk of getting gastric cancer. In fact, those who ate just a little yogurt every week had up to a 22% lower risk in some of the raw data models. Even more, the study showed that yogurt might help protect the stomach lining and reduce inflammation, especially when people also ate fruits and vegetables. That's because probiotics in yogurt can fight off bad bacteria like Helicobacter pylori, which can damage the stomach and raise the risk of cancer. These good bacteria may help restore balance in the gut and make it harder for harmful bacteria to cause trouble. So, how can you enjoy soy yogurt in your daily life? It's actually super easy. You can eat it for breakfast with fruit and granola, use it in smoothies, or even mix it into salad dressings or sauces. Just make sure to go for organic, non-GMO soy yogurt with live cultures. Third, sourdough bread.
There's a big question mark about sourdough bread. Bread should be light and sweet, not sour and heavy. But some people have interpreted that to thinking that it's sourdough bread. It's not sourdough bread. In fact, before the Industrial Revolution, we're back to the Industrial Revolution, we're coming to history. Before the Industrial Revolution, all bread was sourdough bread. And sourdough bread is a remarkable bread because it's a combination of wild yeast, lactobacillus. The wild yeast caused the grain to grow, to blossom, to rise, and then the lactobacillus consumes the waste from the wild yeast. It's a perfect combination. It's a very similar combination to what happens in our gastrointestinal tract, especially in our colon, in our small intestine. You've got a combination of wild yeast, candidas, and lactobacillus acidophilus, bifidus bacterium, bacterius, and they work together beautifully in the gut. And it's the same with that sourdough bread. So when you eat sourdough bread, it's like you're eating pre-digested grain, because it pre-digests or breaks down the protein or the gluten in the grain. And if you raise your sourdough bread and you leave it a little bit long, it can get a little bit too sour and become a little bit heavy. And that's pretty hard to digest. And the Bible talks about the sourdough bread. Where does it talk about that? In 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 6, the Bible says, "Know you not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?" What's it referring to? That little bit of sourdough put into a whole bowl of flour and water, it will leaven the whole lump. And also in Matthew chapter 13, verse 33, in one of the analogies Jesus gives, he says, "The kingdom of heaven is like unto a woman that took some leaven and put it into some meal, and the whole lump was leavened." So what's it talking about here? It's talking about the sourdough bread. Because yeast was not extracted from the sourdough till the Industrial Revolution. And let's go to the desert with Moses and all of the Israelites, the millions he had there. And once a year, they would celebrate the Passover. And when they celebrated the Passover, what did the ladies had to put out of their house for 7 days? Leaven. What was that leaven? It would have been none other than the sourdough starter. I can imagine those ladies putting their starter into a little clay bowl and putting it out under a bush for a week and coming back after a week. I know I've been away sometimes for a few weeks and I come back and my starter's looking a bit sad. I take it out of the fridge. I put a bit of flour and water with it and put it on the bench. And depending how long I've neglected it as to how long it starts, it's starting to rise up again.
Sourdough bread is a special kind that's been made for thousands of years. What makes it so different? It's all about the way it's made, with a mix of flour and water that's left to ferment and grow good bacteria. These friendly bacteria turn plain dough into a gut-healing powerhouse. According to Barbara, sourdough bread is full of natural probiotics, like Lactobacillus acidophilus and bifidus. These are the same kinds of good bacteria that live in your gut and help with digestion. When you eat sourdough bread, you help these helpful microbes grow and balance your gut microbiome, the community of tiny organisms that live in your stomach and intestines. And when your gut is balanced, your whole body feels better. Barbara says a healthy gut helps lower inflammation, strengthens your immune system, and even protects you from cancer. That's why sourdough bread is more than just tasty, it's a healing food. The fermentation process breaks down tough stuff in flour, like gluten and phytic acid, making the bread easier to digest. This is good news for people with sensitive stomachs, or those who often feel bloated after eating regular bread. In the journal Microorganisms, researchers published a paper called Sourdough Microbiome Comparison and Benefits, which looked at how sourdough bread supports gut health. The study showed that sourdough is full of live bacteria, over 50 species of lactic acid bacteria, and more than 20 kinds of yeast. These helpful microbes grow naturally during the fermentation process, and they do amazing things in your body. One thing the researchers found was that these bacteria can reduce harmful compounds in food, like FODMAPS, which can cause stomach pain in people with irritable bowel syndrome. They also help break down gluten and make nutrients easier to absorb. In other words, sourdough makes bread gentler on your stomach and more nutritious at the same time. The scientists also looked at how sourdough affects blood sugar levels. They found that sourdough has a lower glycemic index than regular bread. That means it doesn't cause your blood sugar to spike as fast. This helps you feel full longer and keeps your energy steady throughout the day. It's also good for people who are trying to manage diabetes or maintain a healthy weight. Sourdough also helps your body absorb more minerals like iron, zinc, and magnesium. Normally, these minerals are blocked by something called phytic acid, which is found in grains. But during fermentation, sourdough bacteria release enzymes that break down phytic acid. This frees up the minerals so your body can use them. Now, how do you eat sourdough in a way that gives you all these benefits? Barbara says the key is to choose real sourdough bread. Look for bread that's made the traditional way, with just flour, water, and salt. It should be fermented slowly over time and not made with commercial yeast or preservatives. If you can, buy sourdough from a local bakery, or try making your own at home. You can enjoy sourdough in lots of ways. Toast it for breakfast, use it for sandwiches, or pair it with soups and salads. Just remember, the good bacteria are created during fermentation, but most are killed during baking. So while baked sourdough isn't a source of live probiotics, it still contains prebiotics, which feed the healthy bacteria in your gut. Tofu.
Are fermented foods good for you? Are cultured foods good for you? So I want to begin by showing that there's a clear distinction between cultured food and fermented food, and I think this is where the confusion arises. When the fermentation process happens, that produces alcohol, and that is not good.
Tofu is a soft white block made from soybeans. On its own, it doesn't have much taste, but that's what makes it so versatile. It's like a sponge that soaks up flavor from whatever you cook it with. According to Barbara, tofu is packed with health benefits that can help fight cancer and heal your gut. Tofu is a fermented soy product, and that's important. Fermented foods are full of good bacteria, called probiotics, which live in your digestive system and keep things running smoothly.
Another one, if you go to Japan, you'll find the tofus, a lot of the tofus, tempehs through Asia. The tempehs are a cultured food. Now, if tempehs let go too long, it can certainly start to ferment, and everyone that knows these cultured foods, they can tell the smell. The smell will tell you when it's got to fermentation, producing alcohol instead of just at the culturing process.
When you eat tofu, you're adding friendly bacteria to your gut, helping with digestion, reducing bloating, and even boosting your immune system. Barbara believes strongly that good gut health is the foundation for overall wellness. When your gut is in balance, your body is better at absorbing nutrients, fighting off harmful bacteria, and staying energized. Tofu helps support this by giving your body prebiotic fibers and nutrients that your gut bacteria love to feed on. Tofu is also rich in plant compounds called isoflavones. These natural chemicals act like gentle, plant-based hormones that help protect your cells. Barbara points out that these isoflavones have been linked to a lower risk of both breast and prostate cancers. They help keep your cells from growing out of control, which is how many cancers begin. Unlike most plant foods, soy contains all the essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair tissues. That means tofu supports healing from the inside out. It helps your muscles stay strong, your cells stay healthy, and your immune system stay ready to protect you. In a paper published in the journal Nutrients, researchers reviewed multiple studies about soy foods like tofu and how they affect your digestive health and cancer risk. They found that fermented soy products, like tofu, support a healthy gut microbiome by increasing the number of good bacteria, like lactobacillus and bifidobacteria. These good bacteria help reduce inflammation, fight off harmful bugs like E. coli, and improve your gut's ability to digest food. The study also showed that soy isoflavones in tofu can be turned into a special compound called equal by some people's gut bacteria. Equal has powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects that protect your cells and may lower cancer risk. So how can you add tofu to your meals? Barbara suggests marinating it with herbs, garlic, or soy sauce to give it more flavor. You can bake it, pan-fry it, or crumble it into stir-fries, soups, and salads. Tofu can even be used instead of cheese in many recipes. Choose organic, non-GMO tofu when you can, and try to find fermented tofu for even more benefits. And that were 4 simple, natural probiotic foods that do so much more than just support digestion. According to Barbara O'Neill, these healing foods can help rebuild your gut, strengthen your immune system, and even fight off cancer cells. It just goes to show, what you eat truly does matter. If this video helped you understand your gut a little better, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could use it. And don't forget to subscribe for more such videos about how to heal naturally and live well. Take care of your gut. It's the foundation of everything. Until next time,